6 people have gone in the building. 4 of them have got jobs. Most notably, you mentioned Philip Hammond. He's going to be the new Chancellor of the Exchequer in this country. That's Britain's finance minister. He was formerly the foreign secretary. He's got 2 big challenges. The pound, you've seen it, it's at a 3-decade low. And of course, all of the uncertainty with Brexit has led companies from JP Morgan to dozens of others threaten to pull jobs out of this country. He was a member of the Remain campaign, and he has been, as I was saying, foreign secretary. So when it comes to the UK's negotiations with the European Union over the next few years, assuming that he stays in the job that long, that experience, those skills should come in very handy because, of course, one of the things that he's going to need to do, even if he's not the Brexit czar, because we understand that someone is going to be the chief negotiator for those things, is he's going to want to maintain access to Europe's single market. That's going to be his biggest priority and the thing that he's most focused on.
So he moves over from that Foreign Secretary role to Chancellor of the Exchequer role, and guess who moves into the Foreign Secretary role? Boris Johnson is back. How did that happen?
What a surprise. Tell me, what a surprise. Obviously a very popular mayor of London when he was in that post. He was one of the most vocal proponents for Brexit. It's an open secret in this country that he has wanted to be prime minister for a number of years. There was a leadership contest. As you know, he wanted to lead the Conservative Party and become prime minister, and yet he was betrayed by his campaign manager, who instead himself launched a leadership bid. Just a few days ago, if you'd asked what Boris Johnson is going to do now, I think everybody here outside of 10 Downing Street would have been scratching their heads. And it was almost as if he'd been wiped out of the political landscape here in the UK, and yet he's now foreign secretary. Very interesting to see that in this cabinet that Theresa May is putting together, you have both Brexiteers and Remainers, all that are now going to have to work as one team to lead this country, a very divided country after that referendum, and one that she is intent to lead out of the European Union.
And how about Amber Rudd here, named Home Secretary? What can you tell us about her?
She was Energy Secretary. Home Secretary is a very important, very difficult job in this country. Theresa May had it herself for 6 years. She was the longest. She held that job longer than anybody else in, I guess, almost a century. It is generally the kind of job that you get, and only to kind of get kicked out of office. But she's a passionate Remainer. She was one of the most vocal voices for remaining in the European Union. So again, if you go back to this fact that you have Boris Johnson, who campaigned for the UK to exit the European Union, then you have Amber Rudd, who in the debate with Boris Johnson said Boris Johnson may be the life and blood of a party, something to this effect, but he's not the guy you would want driving you home after the party. She's now in 10 Downing Street with Boris Johnson, and they're going to have to work together to lead this country.